Morning. This is Arnie Waters here at Waters Capital in Boston, Massachusetts. I may be reached at 781-380-8888 or at awaters@waterscapital.com. We will be publishing a new thought piece on rare earths in the coming days. I hope you please be on the lookout for it. The Guardian has reported that the president of Pakistan, Zardari, has gone to Dubai for treatment of effects following a heart attack. It is not entirely clear whether this is a voluntary choice on his part or whether he has in effect resigned and he has in effect that in Pakistan there has been a silent coup. Uh, Developments over the next day or so will bring these events into sharper focus. But we expect this to be a consequence of the scandal which has arisen due to the resignation of Haqqani, who was the Pakistani ambassador to the United States. There allegedly was a deal made between Haqqani and some other people saying that they would gladly shift toward more U.S. viewpoint if the U.S. was able to assist them both financially and otherwise in quote-unquote reining in the Pakistani military, who are, as you know, are the real rulers of the country. Pakistan, of course, as you know, is a really like fourth world kind of despotic place. While they have many issues going on with the terrorists and stuff, the reason the terrorists are having such success in Pakistan and using it as a base and whatnot is most people quite right, who are residents of Pakistan, quite rightly feel that in effect they live under a military junta. So this development is going to be quite interesting. We expect to see movement in the gold markets as a result, because this will directly impact the possibility of terrorists having even more leeway in the Pakistani area and impacting on Afghanistan. And we, of course, are well aware that the real reason that Pakistanis have had such an issue in Afghanistan, they care not about Afghanistan, they care about preventing and containing Indian influence. The other two issues for today relate to Russia and South Africa. 2 days ago, we spoke on the danger of repression. The repression immediately followed in Russia. We know Vladimir Putin to be an autocrat of the highest rank. He was the head of the KGB. We're going to relate this to another country in just a moment. But the facts are that Putin has to stay in power. In order for him to stay in power, he will have to repress more and more people. He's now on the stage of faking elections and things of this ilk, and that's a true sign that there's a disconnect between the autocracy and the people. And so as the people move from the passive attitude that has characterized Russian citizenry for a long time to the more active attitude brought about by the internet, brought about by the success in Arab worlds, we see the Russian situation as ripe for deterioration, suppression, and Putin has never hesitated to use murder as a weapon of state behavior, and there's no reason he'll hesitate now. Lastly, we wish to comment about South Africa. Now, we pointed out to you before that Jacob Zuma, who is the president of South Africa, was the head of the intelligence division of the African National Congress. Now, the intelligence division was in effect the KGB. The intelligence division enforced party unity, was alleged to have been involved in torture, disappearance of dissidents, all this kind of state police kind of behavior. Even though the ANC was not at that time necessarily in power, they were a group of people who were determined that only the purest supporters of the revolution were in fact going to be allowed to survive. Now, of course, the ANC case at the time was they were fighting apartheid, and all good-thinking citizens throughout the world were opposed to apartheid. And so people kind of overlooked certain seamy sides of the ANC because Nelson Mandela was such a fantastic and remains such a fantastic symbol of man's desire for freedom. However, Zuma was up to a lot of stuff. Now, the reason I link Zuma and Putin is in the last little while in South Africa, a major loss to free speech has occurred. If you are a whistleblower or do something the government doesn't like, you may be imprisoned without any of the usual legal due processes. The South African, the South African press, many other people really were very unhappy about this, but this was in fact approved by the ANC government. So here we have another case of a step on the road, a big step on the road to political repression. So we're aiming for the ice flows. We're asking you to look at these things. We're asking you to look at, are there investments that are going to prosper in this environment? We think there are. For further details, give us a call, check us out, look on our website, see what we think. This is Arnie Waters. Keep looking at those ice flows. You'll make a pile of money. Have a great day.